They want to tell me what doctor I can go to, what health plan I can have. That is the war on women.
They have passed legislation that has been anti-gun, anti-family, anti-energy development.
Citizens United Productions presents.
The Colorado state flag is still flying high here in Fort Lupton, at least for now.
They are fundamentally changing our culture here in Colorado.
We need to legalize marijuana nationally.
This hill is a communion. It's a communion of people who like to smoke weed and have a good time.
I self-medicate.
Well, I tell you what, we win Colorado, I'll get 4 more years.
Yeah, oh gosh. All right, folks, that is a scene from Rocky Mountain Heist, a new film by Citizens United. And joining us now is David Bossie, political activist and president and chairman of the aforementioned Citizens United. David, welcome. Tell us what Rocky Mountain Heist is all about, first of all.
Well, Rocky Mountain Heist is our new film on what transpired in Colorado over the last 10 years or so. Colorado used to be a very conservative red state, and over the last 10 years or so it has gone very liberal and very blue. And we understood through a book called The Blueprint, we learned a lot about what happened there and kind of the insidious nature of how the left and four very wealthy liberals, leftists, really kind of funded the effort to build an organization to take over the state, and now they are exporting it, and they're calling it the Blueprint because they are now trying to export that to Texas and Virginia and Kansas and other states because it was so effective. So this is a film where we go across the state and interview folks who were impacted by it themselves or are experts in Colorado politics, and it's hosted and narrated by Michelle Malkin, and she does a great job. No,
that's great. It's very important. Now talk about the you guys just got a go-ahead to run ads for Rocky Mountain Heist. What was what was that all about?
Well, Steve, you know, a few years ago, almost 5 years ago now, we had to go to the United States Supreme Court to fight for our right on a federal level to be able to make and produce and distribute our documentary films.
Well, that's when the Supreme Court made a bad decision, according to Barack Obama. Yes.
Right. And so we did that many years ago. And when I was making in early production of this film, our lawyers came in and said, "Well, you're not going to believe this, but Colorado doesn't necessarily abide by, their state laws do not abide by the federal law in our Supreme Court victory." So we had to go through a process. It was really a 3-step process. We went to the Secretary of State and asked for an exemption and had to go through a hearing process, and they ruled against us, stating that they did not have the statutory power to deem us the media. We then filed suit in circuit court in Denver, and we lost there at the trial court level, and then we appealed to the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals, and just a week ago we had a ruling that was unanimous at the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals that allowed us to have our film seen and the advertising for the film to be seen. So we're still in the throes of all of this, but now the film is up on television. It's up on family entertainment television, but it's also up on Newsmax TV. It's up on across the country. It'll be up a couple of times on Saturday and Sunday nights. I hope people will come and watch it along with our other documentaries that are up there. And then just today, I believe, newsmaxtv.com.
Great, that's great to hear. And you know, it just amazes me what you said, that despite the Supreme Court ruling and the landmark case that you won, still in all, somehow Colorado wasn't on board with that. I don't even understand that.
Yeah, you know, neither do I. but that's why I hired the best in Ted Olson who argued our Supreme Court case 5 years ago and argued these 2 cases for us in Colorado, and or these at the circuit court level and then at the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals, and so we ended up winning But again, you have to expend a lot of money to be able to win.
Absolutely. And the average person, doesn't have that. But thank God you do. David, great talking to you. Thanks for your patience today. Appreciate it, my friend.
No, thank you so much. And go to RockyMountainHeist.com.
RockyMountainHeist.com. Check it out. And we'll be back with more. Don't go away.